Okay, let's continue. Need to go to a sacred stair. Yeah, I hate traveling with that pirate. Little rodent. Travel the sacred stair. Find the rest place to Ysir and Berthian. Okay. Let's go see what this is. Soul Seers. What will you do when your contract is finished? Sign another. Nothing pays better. Who are these guys? They're probably smart not to talk to me. Animancers. Ugh. Yeah. Sparring's a mess. I work with amateurs. Hello? Are you looking for Flan? She's upstairs. Let's take a look around, guys. I hate these Animancers as much as you do, Eder. Aloth. It's worth talking to, but look, we have guests. Hello. I thought we would have more trouble finding volunteers. Volunteers for what? What are you guys?
Burned. Well, that won't do it all.
Hmm? Oh. Well, she must have experience talking with these people. She does have alchemy skills. Maybe she can figure out what they're up to. The shield cracks. Ooh, yes. Okay, brittle bones. We already have that. Okay, beautiful. What else is there? Okay, so that's health restoration. Plus 20 accuracy with disengagement. Okay. So it helps people that want to escape. Your hand notched. Okay. Minus 20 reload. Minus 20 recovery. Wow. So that's faster reloading. That's very useful. Summons 2 will-o'-the-wisps. I'll catch you, Ben Fidel. Cause enemies in the air affected to be frightened. So this is a health restoration. But it does take 4 chance. I already have one that's already using, well, this uses 3 phrases. So, wonder if this is an area of effect. Yes, 4 meters. Let's see here. Snake's reflex. And I don't have any of these. Bear's fortitude. She can use a saber as well. She already uses a wand. Probably best have her use a scepter. She's just not very strong. In that tutorial. Okay, when you have a chanter selected, click on this symbol on the hotbar, which allow you to create chants. Chants are battle songs. Chanters use to strengthen their friends and administer foes. Clicking on a chant will show the phrases it uses. Phrases selected on the left panel. Right? So, in other words, so they have sets of chants. To move a phrase, just click on the phrase in the selected chant. So, if I selected these, they would run this one and this one. If I select this, they run this one and that one. To remove the phrase, just click on the phrase. Right. Okay, yes. Very powerful. Just like children, these animancers. Playing with things they have no idea about. Steady white-haired elf frowns down at a table covered coiled wires, glimmering shards of Audra. Gloved hands smooth her well-tailored veiling coat as she mumbles in her breath. Apparently absorbed in her work, Animancer doesn't acknowledge her presence. Woman spins on you, blinking rapidly behind a pair of brass-rimmed spectacles. Her bright carmine eyes and paper-white skin mark her as one of the Lemfelon.
Hello. My apologies. I didn't see you there.
Her Darren bears a clear, crisp, but difficult to place accent. The pale elf examines you warily, unease clear in the set of her soldiers. We're not gonna be mean. You okay?
I am fine. Is there some reason I shouldn't be?
One of her pale eyebrows arches, chucks out her gloves, and looks away from you. Calm settles about her like a burial shrine.
Which is not to say I do not appreciate your concern. I do.
She settles her spectacles on her nose. She notices her hands shaking.
I, like the other scholars here, am engaged in the study of the soul sciences. Was there something you needed, or may I return to my studies?
Continue. I already know enough. As she speaks, a drop of blood rolls out of the elf's nose. Oh, good lord. Are you actually experimenting on yourself? You're bleeding.
Indeed. I apologize if you find the sight of blood unsettling. Though, from your appearance, I would expect you to be well acquainted with it. In any case, why are you here?
I don't know what you are, but I know you're dangerous. Your accent is unveiling. Why are you dressed like one?
Just a bit of culture I've picked up along the way.
Right. Her clothing is spotless and well tailored in the old Valen style, replete with lace, silk, velvet, and brocade. I don't know what you are, but I know you're dangerous. I don't think she's a...
I admire their tailoring tradition immensely. It's much grander than clothing one finds in the white that wends.
Okay. So, yeah, she's a pale earth. It's hideous. No. You don't need to be mean. It's marvelous. Who's your tailor?
I am, of course.
Puts her hands on her hips, straightens her back. So you're an animancer. I don't know what you... You're an animancer and a seamstress.
A curious mind is an agile mind. Besides, the two practices are more alike than one might think.
I suppose they both require... I find that hard to believe.
Both deal in the details in the warp and the weft. A delicate hand is required if one is to bend either to one's will.
You're insane. You realize that's bad stuff, right? Obviously not. So how'd you come to be in Nekataka?
It is a mundane story. I sought out the ship with the longest oversea route departing from the Republic's and booked passage.
Though her words are flat and her voice effectless, Ydwin is not calm. She shifts her weight from one foot to the other, looks around anywhere but at my face. She has the restless, nervous air of a horse about to bolt.
I had intended to perform a handful of experiments regarding the nature of souls that could only be done safely at sea.
I know of no animancy that must be done strictly at sea.
A fellow researcher. Then perhaps you will understand.
I'm not going to like where this is going, am I? Well, understand what?
I've long been fascinated by the nature of entropy. Nothing is unaffected by the passage of time, excepting souls. Supposedly. Is it not possible that repeated reincarnation damages a soul? Could the process of reincarnation itself be responsible for some of the many ills that plague the souls of Kith? I deduced that it was possible to escape the cycle, escape Bareth's grasp, to remove one's soul from the wheel.
That's utter nonsense.
I suppose I was wrong to expect more from you.
She heaves a great sigh and changes her cabinet. doing, Roy? Stop dancing around my questions. Tell me what's going on.
If you insist.
Right.
With the aid of a device of copper and Audra, I have uncoupled my soul from my body, freeing myself of Bareth's wheel. I belong only to myself now.
What possessed you to do this to yourself? Oh, you oh no! You really? She obviously doesn't know who I am. You have done something that's very, very foolish, young lady. You are going to be eating people after a while. What possessed you to do this to yourself?
My body and soul are my own. Why should I not do with them as I wish?
Oh, Lord. She squares her shoulders and fixes me with a glare.
Who are you to say?
I'm a watcher. In fact, I am the watcher of Cade Nua. I see into the souls of others, if necessary, pass judgment on what I find there.
Truly.
Her brows rise on her forehead. She leans toward you, her eyes fixed on yours, suddenly intent.
Tell me, what do you see when you peer into the souls of Kith? Do you see their misdeeds? Their evil thoughts? Their unkindnesses, perversions, cruelties?
No, there are people in Defiance Bay that do that, but I do not do that.
I apologize. I have always felt a kinship with your kind. Having witnessed the very worst in Kith has left me keenly attuned to recognizing ill intent.
Okay. I've met people like you that do that work.
Perhaps you would be amenable to me traveling with you on something of a permanent basis?
Okay, well, I have a priestess of Gone. She kind of does that, and she's kind of into that. Why do you want to travel with me?
I have a vested interest in luminous Audra, but acquiring it here can be expensive.
Okay. Ah, you crazy. You really roped me in.
You have a ship of your own and are clearly well-traveled. I suspect I would encounter more luminous Audra with you than I would on the streets of Nekataka.
I'll kill you if you give me reason to mistrust you, just so we're clear. Carmine eyes narrow slightly while the rims are respected. I'm dead serious. Now, I'm willing to try to help you, but if you go off into some madness, or you become a familiar or some sort of mad woman, we're gonna have to kill you.
Is that so? Then I will endeavor to avoid your ire.
Alright.
We should discuss the sleeping arrangements.
I know you're not happy about Aloth, but she doesn't seem like she's just misguided, Aloth. She's kind of going off the deep end. So we're gonna try to get her back on the right path, okay? You know how I feel about Animancy. You know I'm totally against it. But she's gone off the deep end, so we're gonna try to pull her back in.
Whoa, you sure about that?
Yeah, we're gonna help her.
I just know we're gonna be the best of friends.
And Xoti stretches her hands enthusiastically, so she's like Ydwin.
Thaklot, traveler. I am grateful.
I thought she said a swear word. She got her hand in hers, pulls it quickly. Alright, as a quick pat down the various pockets sewn into her coat, Ydwin nods sharply and rests her hand on the hilt. Oh, she has a
I have
weapon.
all that I need. You may depart at your leisure.
Her lip curls into a coy little smile. She says no more. She's a cipher. Yeah, she's a mind stalker. Yeah, she's one of those guys. Yeah. Alright. Welcome aboard. Okay, we're gonna get Ydwin onto the party, take her back to the ship, and Xoti likes her. Isn't that interesting? Xoti is probably the most the 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 goodest person on board my ship, and she likes her. That's very interesting. Okay. Yeah, but she goes crazy, turns into a vampire. We're gonna have to kill you. You sure about this? Yeah, I'm sure about it, Eder. She's like that lady in that Heritage Hill, but she's badly misguided. She's not as aware as that woman, that was eating people. Okay, Ydwin, let's get you sorted out. All right. How interesting. She's interesting. Wow. Obviously, she's good sleight of hand. She's good stealth. Okay. She's streetwise, no doubt. And she's an animancer. She's a cipher, which is great. But you're studying animancy. That's very dangerous, young lady. It's very dangerous. Let's raise our streetwise. Yeah, she's got serious cipher skills. See what she has already. She has, of course, Mind Wave. And we're going to give her Whisper Trees. Very powerful. Very powerful. We'll be right back after we get Ydwin sorted out. Okay. So welcome on board, Ydwin. We will drop you off at the ship.
Happy to oblige.
Oh! Come on, everyone. Actually, I came up here to talk to this young lady.
Yeah?
From her unkept hair to her agitated pacing, Flown Ellet gives off an air of restrained chaos. She weighs you over with a few quick motions.
You don't mind if I talk and work, do you?
Of course not.
What can I do for you?
You work here?
Not the coziest place for it, is it? But the open air, the lightning specifically, is a boon. Lets our mages have a rest now and then. Good test of the equipment, too. We're working on making it less delicate. Our junior researchers are still a little soft.
Oh, no. Tell me you're not working on Animancy, too.
Glad you asked, amico. Very glad. We're very excited about the work here, and we are always looking for volunteers.
Are you mad? Are you You don't know who I am.
We've catalogued a number of interesting properties unique to Luminous Adra, but there are some very specific qualities we are investigating.
Okay.
Qualities that a Watcher happens to be uniquely suited to exploring. You're just what we're missing.
No test subject. Is it dangerous? Okay, I don't want to be a total jerk.
No. Well, yes, what is it? But not exceptionally dangerous.
What are you talking about doing?
Luminous Adra has special effects upon Keith. Even to the humblest, it offers some small improvements. Rejuvenation, vitality, the kind of thing you sell to people back home, ne?
So you're talking about doing just snake oil.
But what about those who have already harnessed their own essence? Consider the talented Cutpurse, for instance, who can cross a room by slipping briefly into another place. The world between.
Are you insane? Are you insane?
Luminous Adra holds enormous quantities of essence, the kind of energy we can't replicate or restore.
course not.
And these formations have a kind of connection to each other across the in-between.
You guys are really getting some dark stuff here.
I believe we can harness this connection and your natural abilities to transport a person across great distances in a moment.
Have I? Your theory is sound. I've used the Ydra to track someone before. That's true.
Oh, good. You've done some experimenting on your own. A curious mind is a happy mind, I say. Can't mope about ghosts all day. We've collected a number of illuminating readings, and our machines are ready to harness the Adra's essence. But for the moment, we are effectively blind when it comes to targeting the next pillar.
Okay, so you're talking about teleporting between Ydra pillars. Are you guys insane? What happens if the person loses their soul? I can't be experimenting like
Now,
that.
if someone were capable of sensing that essence in the in-between, even of manipulating it, someone like a watcher, for instance.
No way, you're not transporting me anywhere. So you want to use my connection to the Ydra so I could target a specific pillar.
Precisely right. We've had luck with shorter jumps, but those were as much spellcraft as science. The idea is for you to focus on the next connection point. The machine will use that new link between the Ydra veins to create a tether, as well as provide the energy for you to jump effectively.
I really don't want to jump to another place. I'm happy with being here in Nekataka.
What's really exciting is, so long as you are holding that connection open, your companions can jump alongside you.
I don't know how happy they're going to be about that. I know Ydwin would be excited. Maybe, Xoti. But the other three? Four?
What if we all just walk instead?
See what I mean?
The next pillar's due east of here, in the middle of a farm. It's not as tall as this one, but you shouldn't have any trouble finding it. Oh, and don't worry. We paid the farmers.
And what if something goes wrong?
There was that fellow that jumped a little too far over the edge.
Oh, thanks.
Stop scaring our assistant.
All right. Yeah, I gotta take care of something first. I can't be jumping all over the place.
We'll get everything ready for you.
Yeah, we'll be back for that another time. For one, Aloth's not happy about doing that, and that sounds really dangerous. I don't think Aloth's really happy about doing this. Probably, yeah. Let's get out of here, guys. Yeah, we don't have time to be jumping. You know, nor the inclination to jump somewhere. That sounds really dangerous. And we got a whole bunch of things to do before we jump someplace. Okay. We're going to drop Ydwin off at the ship. I will be back. We'll come back to the Sacred Stair. I'll tell you what, we got we have a young priestess up here who's asking us to purchase supplies. Before we drop Ydwin off.
Yeah?
Let's go talk to this young lady.
Consider, friend, the blessings of the priests are priceless, but so too is good sense. I have supplies here, so that daring travelers may live to honor the gods.
Huh. Good sales pitch. Let me see what you have.
Certainly.
Very suggestive, too. Okay, let's see what she has here. Exceptional stiletto. Ooh. +8 accuracy. Stilettos are daggers, but they're piercing weapons. We'll take that. The Magnificent Escape Cape. One of the many accoutrements of famed Baleen magician Malia the Spectacularia. This cape went missing during the finale of her most memorable show. While bloody or near death, the Magnificent Escape Cape may be used to dash to safety. Okay. This, along with Melee herself and sizable portion of those in attendance, and reappeared only recently flying atop a flagpole in the Sacred Stair district of Nekataka. Melee had fulfilled her promise. They had indeed seen her. Now they did not. Several other props have been recovered over the years. The Box of Death. Right. Dismemberment materialized at the wedding of Erlu Luglek in Deerwood, where it brought a dramatic conclusion to the nuptial by crushing the father of the bride. The tumbling ring of conflagration said to have apparated onto the deck of a Juana gunboat in the Deadfire some weeks later. Those surviving crew members tell conflicting accounts of what started the resulting fire. Of the great magician and our audience, there have been no sign. Well, I guess as long as it doesn't teleport us somewhere. Let's see, we'll take that. Those. No doubt we'll need all those lockpicks and flint and tinder. Always comes in handy. Let's see what we have for sale. We'll be right back. Aloth said he shall put this brand new cloak that we gave him to good use. Namely, the Magnificent Escape Cape. That will be useful for him. Alright, let's see if we can get back to the ship, because currently I have a bloody boarding party. Oh, symbol of death. Right. What in the world? What is that doing there? Find a resting place to... Right. Ysir Baratheon. Maybe not right now. Still talk to the priest. The Magranite priest has the build of a boulder. His thick-set frame stretches his fine robes at the seams. Guards you with a steady, calm gaze, nodding in greeting.
Be welcome. We gather to honor the goddess. For we must earn the strength to endure the darkest of life's battles.
Okay. This is your temple?
The Kira. Rain and wind is a better teacher than any priest. A fighter accustomed to comfort earns only bruises. Each obstacle is a challenge we must answer. These are whetstones that sharpen us into fine blades.
I didn't expect to see so many foreigners at the temple.
It is an opportunity to learn. What good is a fighter who knows how to defend against a single enemy? If we must one day fight one another, such is Magran's will.
Right. Okay, and... Alright, I know what's way to the temple. Farewell. Alright. Alright, let's go to the temple of Eder. Yes, we did. Temple of Gone. Okay, well. Do we have... Iron... Eder? What are you doing here? This is the Ray Saren guy.
So it is you. I could not think of a reason why your ghost should haunt the Deadfire, save to haunt me. And that smacks of arrogance.
Erik smiles crookedly at me. Something which causes the soldier beside him to regard me with a bemused curiosity.
Sister.
Erik looks towards Xoti, bowing his head. Blushing, Xoti tries not to preen. Gives her a wink. Right. Aloth sighs to his nose. Erik gestures and the soldier turns away. Steps in closer towards me, as if he were sparing a conspiratorial whistle. I notice that he's looking elsewhere, behind me, around me.
And why do these spirits follow you? More blood on your hands?
That's right, he's the Watcher, too.
We were never friends, I know, but when they told me your keep was destroyed, I was sorry to think that you were dead.
But, Erik, I thought you would go back to Raidasera. What are you doing here?
I did in time. Once I thought I had summoned up the words to explain what happened in the White March.
Right.
None of it made much sense to the Regency, but my men stood by me. If I was mad, so were they.
Right.
When the priest spoke of Eoth's return, I volunteered to come, along with a few of my men. I think the Morning Council was content to have me out of the way.
Okay.
That's putting it all very simply.
I'm sure.
But then, I suspect few of us have simple reasons for coming to the Deadfire.
Okay. Right. Tracking down Eoth.
So, his appearance has renewed your faith as well.
No.
I think for once I am content to wait. If our God wishes to speak with us, wishes anything of us, he will give us a sign. The priests pray daily for it.
Why are you so devoted to jumped up with me? I will never know.
Just as I will never know why you delight in being so baldly heretical.
You don't know the truth.
You may be shameless, but are not your allies devout?
I better get back to you later on that one.
Right. Right. He knows the truth. So does Aloth. Anyway. Still fretting about your Watcher abilities? His jaw tenses. Looks away, shifting in.
I don't know. I came here on a pilgrimage of a kind. Nekataka is full of spirits. And the sea, where to begin?
Self-loathing is a blight on the soul, Ederik. Don't make your journey through hell darker than it has to be.
Hell. Colloquial term used for the beyond. And a dear word, right here. Okay.
You're right, of course, sister.
Ederik stands up a little straighter as if scolded, just uncomfortably, his gaunt face drawn. I'm telling you the truth, Ederik. These gods are nothing but jumped up Ydwinians. Lord.
You are a watcher still, yet you are neither mad nor killed. It's good to see.
I found the man behind my awakening and put my past lives to rest.
The cure you sought, and which I was weak enough to doubt. See, there. Determination will win out every time. And now you are on to new challenges.
Okay, and I guess I'm sorry I did lose your sword along with my castle.
That sword was only meant to keep you alive through your ordeal. It's fulfilled its purpose.
Okay, so what news of Rey Sarah? How are things going?
Each missive from the Deadfire raises new tumult. Some believe our Lord restored, while others doubt. We've done penance for many long years. None of us know what forgiveness ought to look like.
You don't need any forgiveness. That Aethys guy is nothing but an Ydwinian, running around with his own plan and his own agenda.
Doesn't seem like Aethys has his mind on forgiveness these days.
Yeah. Okay, we'll see you around, Ederik.
Take care, and may the shining God light your way.
Oh, man. Yeah, these... Maybe I should give them Mordecai's book and let him read that. Maybe she'll tell him the truth. Open the book up in here and let her talk to these people. Because they're blind. Okay. Well, let's go help Eder catch her, his friend.
Hungry? Come on up. Don't be shy.
Actually, I'd like to make a donation.
The Shining God will bless you for it, sir. That coin will help those in need.
Yeah, I understand you guys are doing good work. That I like. Ah. Actually, we're looking for, there she is. Who's this young lady?
Here for a meal? Just get in line, dear. Ain't no trick to it.
Hey, there's a lady I'm looking for. Came from Deerwood.
Eder waves a hand at the old woman's face as though expecting cataract she does not appear to have.
Short, got a bad temper. It goes by Alava Mazzy. Heard of her?
I know an Alava, but that ain't a surname.
No?
Eder's jaw shifts sideways and gnaw on the pipe stem.
Not real warm, that one. Stop by unannounced, you get a pistol up your nose when she answers the door.
Ooh. I do imagine the sellers have to keep their guard up out here.
Yeah, that's her. So, she's living with her, husband, then?
Not that I noticed.
Huh. Must be laying low.
Just that boy of hers.
And her body goes perfectly still. Seems to waver in the breeze.
She's got a son? How old would you say? Like a little boy?
Aloth's eyes go wide with shock, then delight. He's watching Eder the way a cat watches a wounded mouse. Dude, really?
I'd be happy to help you with the math.
Something the matter?
Nah, just curious.
Eder's grip on his pipe has caused the color to drain from his knuckles.
Oh, I couldn't say. It's been years. He must be a young man by now.
That must be yours.
Wow, that's something. Well, thanks for your help.
Don't you want to know where to find her?
Yeah, I was just about to ask.
She's in Hasongo, last I heard. Got a little plot of land out there.
I guess we'll look that way then. Much obliged.
Alright. Alright. No, let's go talk to Eder.
God hears your prayers, surely as I do.
Okay, just one moment.
Hey.
Alright. Out with it.
What's on your mind?
Thoughts
I want
anything?
the destruction to stop. I want him to finish what he's doing and then go in peace.
I do too.
Only I don't see it playing out that way.
Yeah, it's getting bad again, Eder. We're in something really, 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 really bad. Alright, let's get going. Yeah, we're in something really bad again, man. Yeah, we're in something bad again.
Right.
Come on, guys. Why am I the only one moving? As you approach a wood elf, straightens over an altar to Gone. Her robes mark her as the highest priestess.
Xoti, I do hope you are not getting into trouble now. Who, me? No, I wouldn't dream of it.
Faint trace of a smile forms to Eder's lips. Aloth massages his temple, shaking his head. She smiles at the sight of a stranger. So you're the high priestess of the temple.
Do swine stink like shit?
Language, we don't use that language, young lady.
I'm guessing you're not here to worship. Then what can I do for you?
Now, 50 said that you might be able to help with the food shortage in the gullet.
If Peatley sent you, then you've got my ear. But I won't promise what I can't fulfill. We tried. Shipped some shares for charity. God, it's nearly 2 years back. Had the means to do some real good. But the guards wouldn't have it. Sent it all to the palace to be shared out, proper-like. Never did see it again.
Yeah, they're greedy. What if I could ensure that it would reach the Raparu?
Well, sure. I'd be beside myself for a chance to help the Raparu, but... And I mean no offense. I don't know you, stranger. Some folk don't think twice about taking advantage of us faithful. Maybe you're one of them, and I'd be none the wiser.
So you're in need of a show of good faith?
An offering to Eothas could really help our efforts to restore the temple, if you know what I mean.
Good night. So you're asking for money. So you want me to give you money and then work out with the palace so you could give away food? Why not I just take the money and give it to the Raparu? Is that all you need me to do? She dipped her head considering. Alright, there it is. 500 coppers.
Much obliged for your generosity, friend.
Good
course.
night.
We'd be glad to lend a hand. But how'll you see our shares reach the Raparu this time? What makes you think it'll work now when it didn't then?
That doesn't matter to you. You got your 500 coin. Sorry for being a bit negative, but yeah, that's kind of... Alright. Alright, let me worry about that. You just worry about the food.
Sorry, but I do worry. How our crops make it from the islands to the Raparu's mouths could affect our standing with the whole of the Kahanga tribe. We do this. It ought to be approved by the Queen.
Alright, so you want me to work through the Queen. Alright, I will work to gain an audience. In fact, I need to go to the palace anyway. And petition her to allow your charity.
All right. You wind up in the good graces of the Kahanga royals. You get them to see the light. And I'll get you our food.
Okay. Man, she's a bit of a pain in the neck. And another thing, why is it that you have your temple in this water pit? This is very bad, very unhealthy. The weathered and aged trees dotted with buds and nascent branches. Okay, new growth. It's ridiculously wet in here. No one wants it. Never mind. I don't know why it is that dealing with these gods is annoying me so much, but it's starting to annoy me. That's because I know they're all fake. They're nothing but Ingwithians. Like that Theos.
You know how I've been saying there's nothing more important to me than us freeing you from Bareth's bonds?
Yes, I do know how you're saying that.
Well, I meant that. I did.
Eder's breath lingers in his chest. His mouth hangs ajar, throwing his statement into immediate doubt. I believe you.
But there's this other thing I need to see about. On the way, like. I was gonna tell you.
Alright. It's about love. Yeah. In the journey full of obstacles, what's one more?
I don't see it like an obstacle. Well, not unless she's mad. She might be mad. This woman, well, love's not the right word. But she was something to me once, back in Gilded Vale. After the legacy ended, all I could think about was how to repair what the gods had done.
Okay.
To me, that meant seeing about making Aethasians feel safe in their own homes. That's how I found the night market.
Right.
After a while of that, I got to thinking about the days just after the war, when we all stopped feeling safe in the first place. Mostly, I thought of the woman I couldn't help, who had to leave her home in the dead of night carrying a little baby that had no soul. Last I saw her, she was going to New Hayamar. Went looking for her there, only to find that she'd left a long time ago. Anyway, I don't expect you to understand, but I gotta know she ended up all right.
Alright. Sounded like she ended up with the sun.
Yeah, that's something. Coming out of Deerwood during that time.
Okay.
I mentioned the baby she had when I knew her. That was a boy, too. I never found out what happened to him. But with the Hollowborn, you didn't have to ask. Guess he got a brother, though.
Oh. Eder falls quiet, blinking several times before noting your continued presence. Okay, so you're sure you want to know where this leads?
No, but I don't see a way to let this go. Least a way's not now.
Alright.
Last time I saw Alava, we got friendly. Now she's got a son.
Yeah, you guys had sex. No big deal. Okay, well, alright, let's get moving then. We'll take care of it. Yeah, it's no big deal. I don't see it as a big deal. Um, that must be a guard. Okay, let's go back to the ship. I need to drop Ydwin off. Okay. Yeah, you'll be there. Let's see here. All right. Now, I want to look at my journal. Okay, so look for elf. Okay, family pride. All right. That's folly. The lantern gone. Okay, food for thought. Oh, that's for the Valen Trading Company. Oh, yeah, we want to do that. Now, there's a mission that I need to do. Alright, so I have to take him. And I hate taking him anywhere. I hate him. I hate taking him. He's just trouble. See what I mean? He's just trouble.
Finally washed into port.
Seraphim stops as the other pirates approach, his fist balled. The heat of his anger pulses your skin, then seeps beneath, simmering your thoughts.
Hold up, Cap. That be Malnage, the High Queen Sea Devil of the Deadfire herself, awaiting us like a shark in hate.
Got a lot of people with her. Who?
Malnage, former ship hunter of the Sorcerer, taught me the trade, theoretically.
Flash of ice cold, loathing cuts through the heat of Seraphim's anger, threatening to wash you over. Alright, let's take a look. Aching shoulders, aching wrists, aching ankles, bound and gagged. The filthy rag in your mouth soaked through and briny, every breath like drowning, hanging from the bow spirit. The rise and fall of swells, sea spray, a chilling shock. Malnek shouting from the bulwark. Ignore it, she says. Ignore it. And focus you. Useless suck of spider dreck. Reality rushes back in like an approaching wave.
Captain, I've heard a mess and a half about you. Mostly good. Though I see your tasting company could use some refining.
The Orlin gestures the Seraphim with a smirk.
Typical Malnage. Can't match my skill, so you try to spew shit.
Language.
Boy, When you're as old as me, your skill will still be naught more than the untrained fumbling of an Ydwin maid to the refined workings of my mind.
Okay. Well, when you insult Seraphim, you insult me.
Apologies, Captain. Didn't realize you'd married your honor to this scallywags. You boy him, believe you me. I've heard about your run-ins with Captains Benweth and Ferrante. Meeting the old Principe seems like. Almost makes a girl green. The envy of missing the party.
She grins, mouth full of sharp, yellow teeth.
I'm tracking a man by the name of Rimaro. Traitor to the cause.
Romaro ain't no traitor, you mind-blind sack of squid squirts.
Seraphim growls, fists tight, fur bristling. You feel the anger coil around him and spill outward, and your vision begins to swim. A sharp strike against your cheek, and your head hits the wood hard. The what is something rolling down the back of your scalp, clumping at your fur. A Malnag standing over you, fist ball, a flash like thunder, and copper in your mouth. Then an old man, eyes equal parts kindness and rage, hauling her back, shouting her down, turning you to you, leaning in, the rage fleeing. The anger slides past, and your version resolved to the Nekataka street.
Captain, there'll be a bounty of some 4,000 pounds on Rimaro, quick or dead. I'd be willing to cut you 1/10 of that, here and now, if you give me any knowledge you might have stumbled across on your travels.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that either. Yeah, I know nothing about this. Monad's eyes narrow to sharp lines in her graying fur, and her hair lips curls back and
Careful, Watcher. You don't want to go making yourself an enemy of the Principe Sen Patrena. Anyone aids our enemies shares their fate, you know?
She draws a finger across her
Fare thee well,
throat.
Captain. See you around, Seraphim.
That's why I don't like traveling with this idiot.
What for, Cap?
What the hell was that about?
If you be having a tick, Cap, I'll be thinking that, if I be dragging you into these depths, you deserve the full sounding.
It's about Romaro. I take it I'm happy to listen.
When I were a wee swabby, fresh to the sea, it were Romaro that showed me the ropes and rigging. More than that, he, kept his weather eye open for me.
Right.
The sea be a right poxy ore on occasion, and life aboard the Sorcerer, that and more. Malnash, our ship hunter, she were all, wet and bothered for doing me harm. And Romaro, he protected me.
'Cause you're an Orlin, that's why. She doesn't even like herself, to tell you the truth. 'Cause she's an Orlin.
Mentored me too. Learned me letters and navigation. Handed down the Principe traditions. In time, we became close as kin or closer. And the Sorcerer, my family.
Okay. I don't understand. Traditional. Right? Oh, whatever. Okay. So how did Romaro end up in trouble with the Principe?
Right, fantastic fucking question.
Language.
Word out with mutiny. But I'll be putting about as much stock in that as a dockside doxy for manners.
It sounds like a political matter.
Well, no, I don't normally be singing no praises of veracity, Cap. But in the matter of Romaro, I'll be hunting the truth.
Told me a lot about you too, but what about him?
Fair. He be of old Valian stock. A good man and righteous. Not honest, of course, but honourable. Were our shipboard sawbones, more than half handy at it.
He's a physician.
More than one swabby be on the old salter deferral from the wheel.
I don't care about that. So why does Malnog want to hurt you?
Well, only knows, Cap. She treated me like my mere presence gave offense.
That's because you're an Orlin. She hates herself.
Was it your presence, I wonder, or an ill-timed remark about your furry blue nethers?
No.
And here with me thinking you weren't paying my nethers no mind at all.
I don't care about that. I know they were romantically involved. Whatever. Thank you. I'm glad you shared that.
Aye. Do right by it, and I won't be regretting it.
Right.
Ahoy, Captain. What can I do you for?
Alright, let's get out of here. Yeah, we're going to go see Ydwin, and we're going to drop you off. Because I don't really want anything to do with the Principe. Not really. All I do is I keep running into trouble. The lantern's not for sale. I didn't even ask to have Seraphim on my ship. Alright. Let's get ourselves to Lumisaja Bath. We're going to go see Ydwin.
Hot razor skewers, crusted swordfish.
Thank you. We're going to go see Ydwin. And then we're going to drop Seraphim off. I saw her in here. Alright.
Yeah.
Go talk to her.
I see you brocht your pain, but you need come to ease it. Pity.
A venerable elf sits beside the water, her creased and spotted skin slightly flushed by the big heat. Okay. You're Ydwin, right? Pain. I have no pain.
Aye, if you say so.
Elfly examined you as a physician might. Probing but impersonal. Yes, she's a watcher. Or she's a cipher. Right. Okay. You're Ydwin, correct? We heard you can help us find, or him find Romaro.
Oh, you poxy old salt. Spill what you know before we spill your guts.
Seraphim.
Seraphim.
Smiles expressing sad and kind.
Romaro described you pointedly. He told me that you would come were ye in danger.
Danger? Nay, not I. I do seek him, though. And I feel that he needs me. Feel it in the deep depths of my furry fun sack. If you care for him, you'll be telling me what you know.
He bade me not tell anybody of his plans, ye included. He's left this area, afeard of the danger he fishes on those near to him.
Sighs, long pain, sound accompanied by wince. Alright, seems Romaro didn't want you to find him, Seraphim. Perhaps you should leave it.
He's the nearest thing I got to kin. Why didn't he trust me?
He doesn't want you to get killed. You're crazy, man. You're bringing disaster on your head, and I'm not going down with you.
He did trust you. He trusted you wholly, I'll tell you. And trust you to con best what to make of the conning. Romaro treated me as galleon for mine clipper. A stuggy trade, surely, but he insisted that he needed the speed. I can't tell you what he intends, but he set sail for Sayuka, intending to replenish there. That's everything I con, for whatever good it does you.
He gave up the sorcerer? And for what? An elven clipper? Makes as much sense as Doug's on a drake cap. He'd be easy catchings for any freebooter after his hide.
So who else is hunting Romaro besides Malnag?
Yeah, that salted cockfuss be the biggest threat, sure as shit. But others will want that bounty too. Not to mention a favor comes with it.
Isn't it kind of strange that your good friend is trying to avoid, so hard to avoid you?
Surely thinks he's protecting me.
Right.
Stubborn as I seem, Captain Watcher. Romaro makes me look the dabbler.
Right. Right. Learn about it.
Aye. And this steam be doing my fur no favors.
Displays a wetted arm. Hair thick and tangled.
Thank you mightily, lass. Enjoy the baths.
Soft travels. The wages of war catch ye up soon or soon.
I ain't paying for him. Let's get out of here, guys. Okay, we're going to return back to the ship, drop him off, and get on with our voyages, with our travels. We'll talk to him,
Aye.
and we'll be done.
Ahoy, Captain. What can I do you for?
Alright, I guess nothing. Alright.
Sorry, lad. Thought that chip on your shoulder were for all to see.
Do you ever have a thought and just decide to keep it to yourself?
More than you know, my dearing mate. More than you know.
The part we missed is that I've already dislodged one trespasser from my head. Have no interest in another. Yeah. Okay, we're headed back to Periki's Overlook. I need to pick up a potion there. Actually, what I need to find is a I need to find a blacksmith, an expert blacksmith. Let's stop in here a second. I want to buy a potion. I need some potions. Assume there's someone else behind the counter, right? Right. Fassina, maybe
Something you need?
You should deal with him.
Shop imp, greetings.
The imp mutters something dark and hateful under his breath, guards you with narrow, wandering eyes and flaring nostrils. What was that?
Buy something.
He makes a rude gesture towards the shop's wares. Why are you so hostile?
It's not hostile. It's just imp.
He bares his teeth and hisses to emphasize the point. He aims a fearful glance toward Fassina and lowers his voice.
Is imp and is sad.
Aww. New sags, wrinkles, and edges grow definite.
Fassina spends too much time away from shop, leaving me to fend for self. His bad enough master won't let me leave stupid shop.
Why do you think... well, you're talking to Fassina. Fassina, why are you spending so much time away?
She hates her work, hates Arkamir, hates me. Reason enough.
Oh, right. So you're not angry at all.
Imp's complicated. Kids think we have two big emotions, angry and happy.
He smacks his lips and stumbles on a longer, more nuanced word.
But Kith can't smell imp spray. Jovial spray, melancholy spray, creative spray, imp spray all over everything.
Okay, he points a small foul-feeling effusive out of his orphans. Ugh, God. Yeah, back to my other question.
Go on, I don't care.
Let me see what you have. All right. Grimoire. Let's see what's in here. Confusion. The burst of chaotic energy. Oh, that's powerful. Prison Pillar. This is very potent. We don't have anyone that can cast that spell at the moment. That's powerful as well. Alright. Value. Thank you. Spellkeeper. +5 defense. Grant spellcast. Summons a random scroll into an empty quick slot. Wow. That would be nice. 2 per rest. Okay, yeah. Let's get that one for one of our spellcasters. Gwyn's Bridal Garter. And what's the background behind this thing? The creator of this belt realized that organization is necessary for a healthy, fulfilled life. In an effort to organize her ever-growing supply of arcane scrolls, she needed a safe, secure place to keep them. Considering the sheer volume of scrolls in her admittedly hoard-like collection, a safe place needed to be essentially infinite in size but small enough to be handy. A few experimental enchantments later, she created just that. One by one, over the course of many weeks, she tucked each and every scroll she owned into the folds, loops of her spellkeeper belt. Unfortunately, the scrolls never seemed to come out of the belt in the same order she put them in. In her opinion, this seemed a small price to pay for the peace of mind afforded a well-organized home. Okay. Gwyn's Bridal Garter. +1 Constitution. Resistance. Dexterity. Oh, we will take that. Gwyn, having fled her wedding, planned to sail as far away from her old life as possible. Now, according to her name, she's forced to trade the few items of value she had. With her wedding band, she secured passage to Eder, urging the kind boatswain. She traded her necklace and earrings for a private cabin. The cook accepted her handkerchief in exchange for a few extra rations. Let's wait. That she wore around raised. Blah blah blah. And some bad things happen. Okay. We'll take that. We'll take that. Ooh. So here's those gloves we got back for her. +1 dexterity. Spark crackers. +1 dexterity. Action speed of all attacks. What is this? A quarterstaff. Okay, so we're not really looking at that. Amulet of Health. Okay, Fine Wands. Okay, let's take a look at your potions. That's what we're really here for. Our potions. And scrolls. Take these, buddy. Yes, I will. We'll take these. Okay. We'll take these. And let's see what you have in the way of ingredients. I am in need of a few things here. Hopefully you have them, and you do not. Sure, I'll just click on there. Amulet of Health. Okay, we will take these. Thank you, Imp.